Alrighty, hello every folks, and good morning. I put out a video recently trying to explain One Vision in less than 5 minutes, and conveniently over the course of another video that I was going and recording, there was thankfully an example that came out that allowed me to go and quickly explain that whole situation in relatively short order. Now, that being said, one of the first comments that came out for the video was basically to go and explain a challenge run in less than 5 minutes, and thankfully there was one that immediately came to mind in the form of a consumable-only run of Tactics Ogre Reborn. Now, that being said, this is going to take a little bit of explaining, but this entire run can be explained in less than 5 minutes, and is something that you could actually probably pretty comfortably go and do yourself. So, at the very beginning of the game, you can start off with whatever element and whatever questions you'd like. You go over to the shop, and you make sure to keep that 30 grand that you had from before, because you're basically all good to go right from the very beginning. There's only technically 3 things that you want to go pick up. So you go over to the shop, you go ahead and pick up a Spirit Surge at the very beginning of the game, and then you go ahead and you pick up a Short Bow at the very beginning of the game if you didn't end up getting one as a drop in the intro there. Now, the thing is, you're only giving these to Vice and Cashua to carry. If they happen to do anything untoward with these items, that is entirely on their fault, not you. Alright, don't worry about it too much. But one thing that you will want to go pick up here is going down to the list. You're going to want to go and pick up a couple of Rude Uprights. Specifically, you're going to want 5 of these if you can afford them, which you should be able to do at this point. Now, pick up 5 of these. You should already have a stack of Dynast King's Meads available to go. You can use whatever classes you'd like, ideally using Knights at the very beginning, in order to make it so that you have units that can use Phalanx and just generally be immune to damage. By the time you get over to Tynemouth Hill, you just kind of let that fight handle itself. When you get over to Chrysaro, you should use whatever cheap healing items you have on hand in order to make sure to keep your main party healed up, but this fight should once again just sort of handle itself through attrition. From there, once you get back, you should pick up at least a couple of various healing items to go spread about the party, and then from there you move over to Golborza Plain, which should once again just basically handle itself. Once you get over to Arca plus Araim, though, you want to make sure that you have at least one of those Enfeebles from before, and you want to use them on the Knight. So Bolus should be able to go down pretty darn quickly to the... apparently, YouTube is just being a bit of a butt today and the music stopped. Anyways, so going back to it. So yeah, Bolus should go down pretty darn easily to some Spirit Surges from Cashua there. And additionally, the Beast Tamer needs to be killed over the course of that fight so that you can go pick up his Beast Tamer marks, which should then allow you to throw items on 3 of your characters. Anyways, at that point you end up going back. And once you get over to the swamp here, once again, just enfeeble the Knight and just let your grunts sort everything else out. Just focus on healing. From there, the second hardest fight of this entire thing is actually going to be over with the Griffins over here. You're just going to want to breach those, and you're want to, if you haven't gotten any Area Ion Plumes, go ahead and use one of those. Phrasing that weird. Don't buy a plume if you don't have one, but you should probably have a handful of them at this point. Go ahead and use one of those on Vice, and just have somebody breach the Griffins and just have him shoot away at the Griffins. And with any luck, you'll go ahead and get that all sorted out relatively quickly, which then moves us over to Goliath. Over in Goliath, this is going to be the hardest fight of the game. At least the second part of it will. First part handles itself. Second part, though, you're limited to only Cashua. So if you can pick up about, I would say about 10 or so Enfeebles, that will allow you to kind of carve through all of them. Just focus on healing. Try to tank things using your Phalanxes on what should hopefully be a team of Knights at this point. And yeah, just try to tank hits while she goes and plinks away at everybody there. Ideally, you want to go down Chaos route so that you have access to a store immediately after the end of the fight, because otherwise if you decide to go take Law, you are thrown immediately into a fight afterwards and would have a harder time dealing with all that stuff. That being said, as soon as that fight ends, you have access to Shot Grenades, and basically Shot Grenades just mean that if you have any weapon skill whatsoever, you can end up getting it raised up. And this will allow you to consistently end up doing additional damage. Now, you might be saying, wait a minute, I don't have any weapons to gain weapon skill with. That's the kind of fun part about this whole thing, because being hit by a particular weapon also makes you train up that weapon skill. So just pick any weapon skill on any castle map that they happen to be using, and let yourself get hit by those things in order to train that weapon skill, in order to then train yourself up using those particular shot grenades, which will then allow you to do additional damage with them. From there, typically you're going to need only 1 or 2 physical cards per map in order to be able to go and completely max out your stuff. And then from there, if you are having trouble with actually funding this endeavor at any point, all you do is you go over to the crafting menu, you go over to the ranged weapons, and you go ahead and craft yourself some Mutar blowguns. This is going to be the first thing on the list. This can be a major profit for you. Interestingly enough, a couple of the blowguns no longer give a profit. I don't know when that changed, but either way, the mute darts still do give a profit. But what we can do is then go to the sell menu, and then we sell them for more than we crafted. and at that point you just have infinite money. So yeah, that's about it. That is the entire run explained in less than 5 minutes, because they are so dang consistent with how much damage that they actually do, that they will never not work as long as you focus down what you're fighting. All right. Anyways, that's about it. That's about that. Y'all have yourselves a good one. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.